Hey everyone, and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. I'm currently making a clockwork engine, which should update a quest, so... Oh no, not again this. Please tell me that it's completed. Okay, good news. Copper, nickel, redstone torch, or this bag. Let's just get the copper nickel, even though I have a lot of copper. And that didn't unlock anything, but with this and the carpenter, we should be able to craft an apiary. We just also need a few other components. Where's my carpenter though? I have to find my carpenter. Found the carpenter right here. It was in some of my chests. I don't exactly know why I put them there, but whatever. What we need now is a fluid extractor. That one right here, and just extract the fluid out of some seeds and get 1 bucket worth of seed oil in order to make 1 apiary. We're obviously going to need more apiaries, but I just need a spot to hook that up now. Somewhere back here, maybe. I just put it right here, as you can see in the line of the machines. Should work, but we need 100 seeds, since 1 seed just gets 10 millibuckets worth of seed oil. And we want an entire bucket in this carpenter right here. So that might take a little bit of time and a lot more seeds. And a quick heads up while I'm looking for some seeds. If I suddenly stop talking and there's just music and a lot of fast cuts, that is because I am out of time pretty much for recording, and I'm going on a vacation around 3 weeks. I'm able to play but not to record, so I might cut something together so you don't lose any progress and I can still play and progress a little bit. Most likely going to do a lot more grindy stuff, such as the bee breeding, and just try to keep you updated with short snippets. That's at least the plan for now. Good news though, I just found a very good way to get seed oil, and a lot of it as well. It's just harvesting the wheat over here, and then I'm able to turn 1 wheat into 1 seed, just like that, which means that we have more than enough seed oil. Now that seed oil isn't an issue anymore, we have new issues to attend to. Main issue being power consumption, and I have a fix for that. I believe I can power the biogas engine, which is also a quest, just with the creosote and some lava. I have some lava laying around, we have creosote, and I currently even need to make something with creosote. I need to soak wood in creosote oil. So let's first of all go get a bucket of lava. I should have a bucket in my inventory somewhere over here. Yes, I even have 2, and grab 1 bucket of lava. Hope that it doesn't kill me. And then quickly go behind the scene, since I'm pretty sure I have it behind the scene somewhere lower down, dangling right there. Then we have to put in the biogas engine on this, have the lava in there, and connect it up to the pipe. And no, it's not inputting. I hope it's going to input. Let me figure this out. You can't use creosote as a fuel, but you can use water, which is a little bit weird, but it probably just functions as a steam engine right there. And I don't really need it to function that quickly. We're making creosote wood blocks, which we need in order to craft the apiaries. So I'm just going to grab some water from over here, keep filling this up, and also grab some lava so that the production goes on a little bit more quickly. And once we have a stack of that, that should be good enough for a while. Crafted all of the components, and the only thing that's missing is the bee house itself, which has to be put right here. Okay, good. I was worried that it wouldn't complete right now. So that is going to be our first apiary. I'm not too sure, it didn't even request it anywhere here or here, but we're probably going to do some bee breeding in that rather than automate it for the silky combs and propolis. First bee we want to breed is a common bee right here, and common is basically just combining 2 of the basic forestry ones, and here it suggests the forest and the meadow, since that's typically what you use. I'll have to get some forest bees in order to complete this part of the quest, but the common is any bee and another bee, so I chose a rocky and a meadows drone. The rocky queen because it will work during the night and during rainfall, so that should be a little bit quicker, and it will take some time, but if we get some frames, specifically soul and chocolate frames we should be able to make. Those should help us out a little bit. Seemingly we can't even make these, so chocolate frames, also not able to make them. Great, so we'll just have to take a little bit more time here, seemingly. Let's continue down the questing chain, since the quest is actually called a chocolate frame quest, and it's an item reward, so I just wanna continue through this chain right here with the frames, and maybe get these 2 quests going as well as this one, and then just see, because it should unlock somewhere here, or maybe we might need to craft it with Thaumcraft, which could be the reason why it doesn't show up in right here, since it's something we might have to unlock with research. I'm not too sure how far GregTech touches Thaumcraft, but that might be a reason for it. No matter that though, we got some frames which we can get our... Maybe we can, I'm not too sure. Can we put in frames? No, we can't, so let's get out of here before we die and just store these up, and maybe I'll look into making more apiaries. While we are waiting on the bees to breed, I think it's time to complete some other quests and run some errands. First errand I want to run is finally moving all of my storage, and by doing that, I completed the Dolly quest. We can... let's get these, I'm guessing. We have a lot more quests in this chapter, which would be really useful to do. At least a few of them, some of them aren't that useful. Same goes for the LV quest, and in MV we're obviously not doing anything currently. So with this I should be able to move all of my items, and we're going to move them under the stairs. I'm not too sure if we're going to move them down here, or if we're going to say, okay, we can have a good item routing system soon with this right here, Project Red, that we might have this as our storage hall, at least a part of this. Maybe this area as storage hall, and this can be used for machinery. But for now, I think it's still a good idea to go down here. We also have this side to fill, so that might be good down here. Well, minor change of plans. It's actually now 3 weeks later, and I have done a lot of stuff, but instead of recapping that in short snippets, we're going to look at everything and I'm going to say a few words to it. First of all, I moved all of the storage. That has happened quite some time ago, pretty much after the last cut I did it, and now everything is moved here, including all of my chests. Some of them are back here, alongside some barrels. I also found some of the infused ore, one of every kind. It took a very, very long time, so I could finally start Thaumcrafting. Right here, as you can see, there's a lot that I did. I could finally get the thermometer, did a lot of scanning, a lot of research, and also progressed a tiny bit in Thaumcraft. Let's maybe look at that right now. I decided to move my Thaumcraft stuff right in here, which is the area I refunctioned. There we go, a little bit of lag. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of Thaumcrafting as well. Made a mess of this place. We're going to have the infusion altar up here, I decided. We might have to adjust the chimney since it's not centered around the altar, or I just might not mind at all. We have some chests up there, and basically everything is refunctioned for this to be a Thaumcraft room. We have some research going on, and do I have my Thaumonomicon right here? So there are a lot of chapters. There are so many researches that you have to do, and GregTech decided to have its hands in Thaumcraft. Normally you can buy the researches right here with some research points, but you have to research everything. And the worst part about it is, if you look at some research, pretty much all of them are huge and require a lot of time and also a lot of research points to complete. So I'm going to do that off camera though, so don't worry, but I just want to get it out of my mind. That is pretty much all of it though. I did a lot of research down here, and I have a lot of stuff I want to do with Thaumcraft and get Infusionists going as soon as possible, since there are so many good tools I want to make. I also decided to use this Phoenix from, what is it? Z-Tones? Yes, Z-Tones. If you press C, that's not working. Shift? Yeah. Shift right click, it opens up a crafting window, and you can use it as a cobblestone generator. So, pretty useful. I also made a new pickaxe. It has reinforced 9 on it. I could use another star to get it to reinforced 10 and then it would be unbreakable, but those are the modifiers, these are the materials. Anything else about my inventory maybe? Yeah, one more thing. We had a quest book reset, and that was due to moving servers. I got my world carried over and everything is there, but the quest book is missing some quests. So for example, in Steam, we have less quests than we used to, but we can redo pretty much all of them. I got back to where we left off, at least mostly. And we have a few more quests opened up now, like the Novice Thaumaturgy, and I also worked on some other quests, for example, this How to Be quest. Did a little bit of breeding, and we have some common bees right here, we have some cultivated bees right here, and we're also producing drones in the common department. The cultivated bees aren't currently purebred, so I'm waiting on them to complete their cycle and get purebred so I can get some more drones. And the next step would be to get some, as you can see, noble princesses right here, which I'm doing in this apiary. And as you can see there for a brief second, I can actually make some frames with GregTech, and the other frames are locked behind Thaumcraft. I already saw the research, but I just didn't do it yet. So, oh, I should probably not use the plural. Frame. It's somewhere here. This frame. I'm using this because it has a greater mutation rate, but it's somewhat expensive. As you can see, the mutation rate is 2.5, and that's working out pretty well. But let's quickly sleep. I also did a little bit of pre-breeding, not too much. I got the silver lime over here, but nothing more than that currently. I also got the tropical bees automated over here. The tropical bees were moved from over there nearer to our base right here, so they were loaded. Over there they actually weren't loaded, which was kind of a big issue. So I moved them down to this place. And we now have 7 apiaries, which I usually populate with frames, and tropical queens, tropical drones, and they are funneled with some item pipes. There are some item pipes below the apiaries, and all of them are connected to a line that goes into this chest. And basically all the automation is right here, or that's at least the trick. We don't need any automation. We just fill this chest up with the silky combs and the drones, so the princesses will always go back into the apiary. And the drones also land in the apiary first before they go into the chest. At least, seemingly most of them. So you can see right here we have 26, 26, 24, 24, 22. And this one might have an issue. So I might have to reconfigure this, but most of them work. I'm just getting poisoned down here. But with this setup, I actually was able to get the 371 combs that we needed for the quest. Let's go right here. As you can see, that one is completed. It's just 370, as well as the silky propolis. I'm currently waiting on the woven silk and the silk wisp to process, and then we should be able to complete this quest as well. In addition to that, I also started using some nuclear control right here. You could see it previously, but what it basically does is just monitor all of our EBFs and their current status. So we have the progress, the problems, and the efficiency, as well as the pollution currently displayed. We have our steel EBFs. The left one is the one to the left, and the right one, the one to the right. And I can see if they are working by looking at the progress. If it's 0 constantly, like right here, 0 out of 0 seconds, then I know it's not working, and that I should investigate that. That is currently the case for the main EBF, which I'm using to mainly process aluminium. But I used it to process some ardite previously, as I wanted to make a new hammer, but the tool or the modifier I want to use is currently not available to me. So that is, as of now, not working, but this is really, really cool, and I can switch them on and off, but why would I ever want them off? They have some range upgrades, since it's a pretty far reach to over there. However, everything is going well right here. That is probably one of the best things I did so far off camera, or maybe not actually. I did one more setup of these. We had the bending setup right here, and I basically copied the setup and made it with some macerators, and that might be the best thing I ever did while off camera, because it's so convenient, especially when I want to fire up the EBFs again. I just get I should have counted 8 stacks of iron. One more should... Oh, that's a little bit too much. We need 8 of them though, and let's quickly just shove that in there. Oh, now, there might be too much in there now. Yeah, let's just do that much. I don't know how much is in there currently, but we'll get some iron dust and rather quickly as well. Quickly might be an overstatement here, though. We also, or I also, did this right here. A little bit of a setup to automate, or not really automate, but have the carpenter set up in a proper location with a fluid extractor to itself, as well as a basic assembling machine to, I believe this was for the impregnated sticks, that I also have some in here. And this was to process the bee products as well as scanning the bees, which we can do in this machine right here. Just shove the bees in there, it scans them, and we get the honey from the processed stuff with a item filter up here. And the other products go up in here. Do we have enough to complete this? Yes, we have. So now we can do that, but I currently don't have the carpenter set up for that. So let's put that back in here. And that should pretty much sum up all of the major changes. I did some minor ones, for example, putting this thing up, getting a steel tank for our sulfuric acid here, and maybe you'll notice some more minor changes. I don't quite remember all of them. Yeah, that was that. Let's go up here. Also, obviously had the world running the entire time and therefore have a lot of steel. Also in these chests there's a bunch. And maybe some more stuff up here. I don't know if anything has changed here. I know that this is somewhat new since I have my tree taps in here now because I moved most of the stuff that I have down to the basement, and the random items that I couldn't really sort, some of them are in here, but I always had my tree taps accessible in this room, and that was really convenient since all of my trees are in here, which is the reason why I have this frame drawer here to hold all of my tree taps. We also, to quickly go down to the basement again, I have to stop saying we, I did a lot of mining, and by a lot I mean tons of mining. We have a lot of diamonds, 700 diamonds. I think I mined 3 veins of diamonds, which is really a lot, and very happy with those. Was able to repair my tree farm quite a bit since that was running all the time. We also have way too much nickel right here. I think we might even have some more somewhere. Not too sure, but we ran low on all the other things besides redstone, got some of that in the nether. What I also did was right here find some of the twilight bosses to quickly see where we are. Let's go to kill all the things. I killed the Nanga on camera. I don't know if I killed the Lich on camera, but I definitely didn't kill the Minoshroom on cam, so I did that. And the Hydra. They both weren't really interesting fights, and both fights existed previously. I think they even existed in FTB Ultimate, which is the last time I played with GregTech, and therefore I didn't think they were too interesting since they really didn't change a lot. So I just did those off camera and waited where the Phantom Knight is coming in, since I haven't actually done that in survival yet. I have seen some videos, but I haven't really done that, so that is going to be up next. However, my grinding has been cut short a little bit, since some of the items that I need to progress in my grinding actually are locked behind some GregTech content. First and foremost, it's the Beelizer, for which I need a display that I can only craft with polyethylene, which is locked behind GregTech. We currently can't do that, and really have to build a setup for that. Second thing is Thaumcraft. In order to get a great wood wand, we actually need steel screws to screw it together. So that is going to take a little bit until we get these, since we need an MB blast furnace. That should be doable though, since we already have our blast furnace, just need to change out some parts. I, by the way, hope you can't hear the dog barking in the background, because that is pretty loud. He seems to be very angry indeed. But that is stuff we're going to take care of in the next few coming episodes. Polyethylene and the Thaumcraft progression, because there's a lot of Thaumcraft stuff that is really going to be useful. This episode might also be a little bit late, maybe 1 day, maybe 2 days and a few hours. No, maybe 1 day and a few hours and maybe 2 days. I'm not too sure, but I hope you enjoyed anyways. And I'm going to see you next week. So, until then.